Yeah, the barrier. She's all about the steps. There's just a few of them. Now 20 to get to the summit. This is why I call this Paradise Island. I'll let you into a bit of a secret. Well, how's it going, folks? So look, I'm back on Great Barrier Island, and once again I'm going to be heading to Mt Heale Hut. So starting at Windy Canyon. I could have done the tramway track. I haven't actually done that one before, but this is by far the most interesting for you to see. So Mt Heale Hut is around about 3.5 hours away. Mount Hobson probably around about 3 hours away. So we'll head towards there and go up to the summit, have a look around for you, and then I'll drop down to the hut. So currently at the moment it is 10 past 2. I think it gets dark tonight just around about 5 o'clock. So yeah, I've got a good 3 hours to get to Mt Heale Hut, where I suspect maybe I'm going to be the only one there. Alright, well, carry on watching and I'm going to show you some more stunning tracks on Great Barrier Island. Now, I've said it many times before, my Great Barrier videos, it is all about steps on this island. All about steps. And I think actually from Mt Heale to Mount Hobson, someone said there's something like about 960 of them. Anyway, we're just coming through Windy Canyon, and might I say, it's just a stunning day today. There is just no wind, so it's kind of sunny canyon today. Anyway, we'll get to the top of these steps and I'll be able to catch my breath. Breathing a little bit heavy, as you can see. There's just a few of them. This is Windy Canyon. So what I've got on me today is actually my normal backpack, and in here I actually have my sleeping bag, my Jetboil Micro-Mo, EPIRB, full safety gear, jacket, a change of clothes for tonight, pretty much everything as if things were going to turn fail, but I've got it all in this day pack. How amazing is that? Oh, it's an amazing day today. Incredibly blessed. Oh, as you can see, those steps, trying to talk at the same time. Pretty stunning, huh? So that's actually Mount Hobson, 627. That's Mt Heale. I think that little thing is called the Pinnacle. We'll check that out when we get a bit closer. And this is looking to the south, so Claris, Trifina, and Whangaparapara over there somewhere. And this is looking to the north. It's a stunning day though, isn't it? A little bit windy, nobody around, but it is Sunday night. But we're heading up to Mount Hobson. Oh, and just a few more steps. Just a few. This thing you can see here is what they call, I think it's like the wooden horse. Basically it was a system where they had a double pulley system to take the wire ropes, in this case probably from over this side, to haul the Kauris over. and down onto probably what would have been the Whangapara tram line down below in this valley. Great Barrier has had exports of copper, a small amount of gold and silver, interesting enough honey, and but the really big thing was Kauri, so that was in the 18th 19th century. So basically what we can see today on Great Barrier is regenerating forest, although up near Mt Hobson there is some regenerating Kauri, so that's really exciting. So this is what this old structure is. It looks a little bit like something out of the Flintstones. Now look, I hope you appreciate these extra steps that we're taking in order to give you some interesting footage. Yeah, the barrier. She's all about the steps. A certain level of fitness would be required unless you really take your time. And but look, I think I'm probably sitting up around about 10 kgs on my back. So today is pretty dowly good for an overnighter for me. Anyway, we're just heading up to the turn-off of Mount Hobson. I'll take you up to the summit and we'll have a look around from there, shall we? Don't you just love stairs, though? I don't know how many steps there are, but someone's written, looks like 400, so I suspect 400. That's probably about right. We're just at the intersection now, going up to Mount Hobson. We'll pop up there, and I'm heading down to Mt Heale Hut, about 130 meters below here. Anyway, shall we just do a few more steps, shall we? Okay, let's do that. Nothing like a few steps. So maybe that is 400. It doesn't sound overly impressive. So if you know how many steps it is up the Palmer's Track to the summit of Mount Hobson, drop that number below, and I'd really appreciate that. Anyway, let's go and check out the summit, shall we? Oh, it's a gorgeous day. It's 3:36. I left at 2:15. So what that's like an hour and a quarter, an hour 20 to get to the summit from the main road up Palmer's Track. And it's a gorgeous day. Let's say today is Sunday. Most of you sadly will be going back to work tomorrow. And I just want to live life well. Look at this. This is a little barrier over here. Now look, the reason I'm on Great Barrier Island is because I'll let you into a bit of a secret. The other day you saw me do, I'll put that up, but the other day I did a hike up the Station Rock Medlands Loop. It's only around about 2 hours, and it's called the Outlaws. I did that with two of my brother-in-laws, and that's because we're over at Great Barrier Island because three of us are having a 50-10 birthday over the next 4 months. Three of us. One of them might be me. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. You're going, there is no way that that guy is not 75. Well, I'm sorry to tell you folks, yes, there's all that grey hair. I'm having a 50-10 birthday in July. So actually, in fact, in about 3 weeks time I'm going to take my family over to Waiheke Island, and we're going to have a lovely family holiday together. Hey, now look, while I'm on the summit, of Mount Hobson. Got some great news. My daughter, who's living over here, got proposed to on Medlands Beach yesterday. Now I need to find out whether I'm allowed to release that. So Jason and Shani, congratulations. Jason, welcome to our family. You're just such a lovely young man. We're going to look forward to having many more years together. So isn't that great news, guys? Another one of my daughters is well, betrothed. That's a very old word now, isn't it? So it's a fantastic long Matariki weekend for our family. So look, I'm almost there. I'm just going to drop down a few more 100 steps down to the amazing, can't quite see it, but that's Mt Heale there, and just on the other side is actually the hut. I'm going to drop down to there, an amazing hut, Mt Heale. I suspect there probably won't be too many people there, so I'll have that to myself, and I'll have a bit of a chat to you in terms of what my intentions are going to be tomorrow. It's a pretty big day tomorrow. I'm estimating around about 9 hours as I go off and on another adventure on some tracks that I've just never been on before, and that'll just about complete all of the tracks on Great Barrier Island by Outdoorsman Dave. So carry on watching. I feel like I've ranted a little bit up here, so probably have to do a fair bit of editing. We'll catch you down the 100 or so stairs at Mt Heale now, shall we? So how exciting is this? This is Kauri. It's just everywhere. So exciting that it's going to sprout out. It's Mt Heale just there. But look at it all. How amazing is this? This Kauri grove. This is just under the summit of Mount Hobson. Anyway, we're just coming into view now of Mt Heale, and this in itself is a stunning pinnacle. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Would you just look at that? That's Mt Heale. Sure beats being in the middle of town now, doesn't it? So look, if you're watching so far, thank you so much. Write any comments below. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and check out my videos, because I just want to try to inspire you to experience this yourself personally. But look, if you're not able to do that, then that's absolutely fine. You can kind of live vicariously through me. Here we go. So we're at the Mt Heale Hut. It'll be interesting to see if anybody's here. Hello, is anybody here? Well, I guess that answers the question. Nobody here at Mt Heale Hut. It's currently 4:26. This is Mt Heale here, by the way. So that's only really taken, what, 2.25 hours. Look at this. Look at this. That's little Barrier Island over the back. And this is the hut in the background. I'll have just a quick walk around the outside before we go in, because I'll need to take my boots off. So around this side, you've kind of got this little wash bay. Hey Doc, you really could do with sterilising your roofs and getting rid of all that lichen before it eats the paint off. And walking right around now. This is the tour, isn't it? The toilets. Just here. Oh, come on, let's show you what they look like. You know we like a good dunny shot. They ain't flushing, but they're not too bad. Tifori, Matafiro, I don't know. Ah, what a beautiful hut! Now let's see, which bunk am I going to have? Because I've got the pick of the entire hut. Oh guys, Mt Heale. I think this takes something like 28 people. It's $25 a night. So yeah, I booked that online about a week ago. And so look, folks, if you're coming on this track, please consider booking in the huts. It's your way of helping Doc to maintain this amazing system that we have here in New Zealand. Anyway, quick look around in case you're wondering. Now this would indicate that there is still somebody around. That's interesting. There's a few utensils and a few pots. Interesting. And in terms of the bunks, so it's this kind of style. And I am guessing somebody's coming back. So my bed for the night, I will stuff some clothes inside my sleeping bag sack, and that'll act as my pillow. I'm just going to get out of my clothes now, air those out, and yeah, probably cook something up and recharge up all my GoPros. Now this GoPro battery, it is only appears to be about half used. That's the Enduro battery. I am really impressed with these Enduro batteries. Catch you around soon. If you have gas, I mean you're paying $25 a night. This is extremely naughty, as is leaving all of this around, and so I'll probably wash these dishes tonight and put that away. I'm going to make a coffee, so I'll come back and I'll show you about that real shortly. Oh, by the way, this is the view out the kitchen window. Not too shabby at all.
Wow.
So what I like to do when I get to a hut is, you'll notice that I've changed, and just for something different, I thought I'd wear an orange top. So these are the clothes that I'll be sleeping in. So that's a merino base layer, a merino shirt, and longs. My longs are zip off, so if I get my shorts wet, I can always use these for shorts for tramping. And yeah, so look, this is how I get ready for huts. I don't do a lot of hut stays, to be fair. I normally prefer to be out in the wild in a camp or on my hammock. So yeah, this is absolutely luxurious. I got this AeroPress from the Great Barrier Dump Shop yesterday, $2. These things are normally 70 to 80 bucks. So I like to have a decent coffee. So I ground some coffee this morning, and we'll get that underway. Tonight I'm going to have a boil on the bag. Now this kind of like an Indian meal, and you just boil it straight into the pot. And I found this the other day at the bottom of my supply cupboard. It's been 1 year since it expired, so at the end of the day it's still calories. So let's try that one out. For your $25 you get lights. How good is that? Well folks, here we are at Mt Heale Hut. We have electricity. Tend to start off with a little bit of caffeine. I mean, it is only 5:15, so it's still very early. I really enjoy a decent cup of coffee. If you want to get some amazing bird song, then can I recommend you go and have a look at this video. I'm going to call it the exclusive on the Over the Mountain Trail Mangataltri. I took a complete stranger with me that I met that day. We went off track and it was awesome adventure, but sadly he had a bit of a slip, and we later found out that night after he went to A&E that he'd actually fractured his ankle. So yeah, it's 3 complete strangers, stranger dangers I call them, that I've taken out now, and sadly all 3 of them broke on me. I don't know what that is, but I'm starting to wonder whether or not this channel is really just destined to be solo. It does allow me to take my time to video and set up the shots and things like that, but you know, I actually really do enjoy a bit of company, and it is an opportunity to have my followers reach out and come out with me. But I think probably if you are thinking of doing that, you kind of actually need to be a little robust and fit. At 3 missions now I've actually had to abandon, so I don't mind that too much, but I would like to actually accomplish some of the things I set out to do. Don't go away now. In the meantime, I'll probably go off and wash and dry these dishes and get this hut nice and tidy. Thanks for following so far. I really like these boil on the bags. They're only about $2.50 to $3 at your greengrocer. And you just boil on the bag and you can eat them straight out of it. They're a little bit heavier than the dehyde, but yeah, look, you're going to pay probably $10 to $14 for a dehyde. So yeah. Now this is, as I mentioned earlier, this is 1 year since this has expired. Now given that it's a Kauri and it's expired, it's probably a really good thing that nobody's walking in behind me. Doesn't taste too bad though. I mean, look at that. That's kind of like real food. It's not like your dehyde food. So yeah, boil in the bag, curries. You'll get them at your fruitier or your vegetable market. I better get this done before I forget. I see yesterday, so today's the 30th, yesterday we had 9 people, so that's probably where all these dishes have come from. And the day before, on the 28th, there were 4 different parties come through, a total of 6 people. So that's who's come through over at Matariki. Now it's important to write down your intentions, so that should anything go untoward with your hiking adventure, Doc would come to the hut first, and then they would see what your intentions were, and then out. And look, if you're a dishonest person and you haven't paid, it still pays to put down your intentions. It could be a lifesaver for also those search and rescue people that are looking for you, because you've kind of made it a little bit hard because you're thinking, because you haven't paid, you don't want them to know that. So please still put it down. Anyway, so today being the 30th of the 6th, 24, number of nights 1, number of people solo, and I'm going to be out on the 1st of July. And look, to be fair, the reason that I'm doing this is to create videos for you guys to enjoy and appreciate the tracks that are around on Great Barrier Islands. Tomorrow I'm going to go on the South Fork track. Apparently this is 3 hours to the Aotea Hut. Now I've been here once before, many years ago. It's a big hut, a lot older. Tomorrow I'm actually going to hike out this way, what is called the Hirakimatā Track. I'm going to come up and have a look at this mountain summit, and then I'm kind of going to come out the Whitney track, and because I haven't done that one before either, and then come out at a dock campsite called Green Camp.